back. So what have I got today? Well, there's the clue. It's a Tech21. And it's a Tech21, it's an one over there, but that's different. Fly Rig 5 version 2, not the version 1 thing that's been around for years. This is a pretty modern one. They haven't been out that long, I don't think. So look what we get. Well, you get a manual. You got one of them wall-board things. As you can see, this one's been out. And you get the Fly Rig itself. Sounds like an idea to look at. Let's put it up there. God, you don't get much for your money, do you? Or do you? What do you get for your money? Now look at this device. And they say that you can stuff this straight into a PA down there, or into an amp, or both. And you don't need much else to do a gig. It's even got a send and return if you want to be silly. You know, extra effects. But this has got effects. It's got a delay, it's got a reverb. What else has it got? Well, it's even got a drive, a boost, and a plexi tone. It's got a lot of things in it. So think about this. It's not that expensive, but it could change the way you move around. And once again, it's a simulated tone. So it's another one in the series of simulated products or emulated products. Clearly the reverbs, the delay's the delay, and that sort of thing. But it's got a speaker emulator as well, which I didn't talk about much. Turn it on and off. I think that's a good idea. It's got a tuner and all sorts of things. So what I want to do with it is take a bit of a closer look at it, see what you actually get for your money. It don't look like you get that much, does it? Well, if we go and have a look close up and personal and see what's inside this thing, could be a plan. I think it's a good idea to have a look closer, because nobody ever does, do they? Actually feels like a great product, but feeling like a great product and being a great product are two different things. So I'm going to go down a bit closer now and examine it, and I'll bring you along presently. Stay there, won't you? Well, I'm afraid on this one I'm going to fail miserably, because it's actually soldered to the front and all sorts of things to get it apart. It's a bit of a pity, really. I would have liked to take a closer look inside there. Yeah, got a fair few components in it. But it isn't going to happen, I'm afraid. The only thing I can tell you is that it's well enough made. It looks quite good condition in how it's been assembled. Yeah, decent soldering. Some of it's been manually soldered, some of it hasn't. On this one at least. Yeah. So I can't get inside. Very sorry, I tried. But that's what you get. Good quality, if nothing else. I'm going to put it back together. I can't show you any more on this one. Come on. So here it is back together. Yeah. What a letdown. I think what we'll do is we'll zoom in, have a look along the back and the side, and have a look along the front. And yeah, then we'll go and play it. I've already played it, as you can tell. And it's not bad. Or is it? Well, it depends what you're trying to do. So let's go and have a look a bit closer. Have a look at all the features and benefits of a product like this, and then go further forward. So I'm going to bring the camera in. We'll have a quick run through. Sounds like an idea, doesn't it? Yeah, I think so too. I always love this sort of stuff. Yeah. Well, here it is closer up. The Fly Rig version 2. Yeah, Fly Rig 5 version 2, that is. It's a pretty cool piece of gear actually, and yeah, I don't regret buying this. And some of the gear I do, but this one isn't bad. I mean, if you think of the original Fly Rig, that was introduced around about 2014, and you know, it was used by everybody. I mean, you could use it in your bedroom, you could use it with pedal boards, you could use it for touring, and it had got that thing in that, you know, the Tech21 Fly Rig amp, really, call it an amp, a sans amp. The technology enables any Tech21 Fly Rig to be an actual rig. You can run directly into mixers or recording desks and PA systems, as well as augment your existing amplifier setup, indeed as I do. Always seeking to improve their offerings and listening to customer feedback, they incorporate new features. And the new features on this one, there's quite a lot of them. It's got the same sans amp, but it's got more bits and pieces that you can add or take away, and new features as well include an independent reverb with a choice of room size. Yeah, room size, switchable pre and post boost, an effect loop, a tuner, and XLR output. They're all very useful, and the XLR output can whip straight off into your desk or off to front of house. Quite nice. You can use it for a number of applications. I mean, if you think about it, it's so compact, isn't it? And it looks like it isn't even turned on, but actually it is. Watch. Oh, look. Yeah, and we can turn it on and off. But it doesn't look as if it's on. Yeah, a bit weird. You can use it just like an ordinary distortion pedal. We've got this sort of blonde channel. You can see there, sort of distorted. It's got a few things turned off and on with it. And then it's got a boost. And then it's got this Plexi Mode. Or if you hit this button here, this is a Californian type of enhancement for the Plexi Mode, if you follow me. Oh. You've got a delay over here, which you can set the level, repeat and time. Eighth notes, drift, getting off timing and things like that. You've got a reverb that can be big or little with the adjuster. And you've got an XLR thing here for lifting the ground. It's all quite laid back. You've also got, if you hold this one down, you've got a tuner, or a tuner, as some people would say. You can turn on and off the speaker emulation right there, this little button. So 1,000 things it can do, if you want it to, that is. But often you can plug this thing almost straight in and it's going to sound pretty cool. Tech21 say, well, it might not always sound cool, it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I didn't find that. I plugged it in and within a few minutes, literally, it sounded pretty good for what it is. You can set this this boost to pre or post as well. I think I forgot to mention. By the way, this is an all analog line path for the signal, so it comes in here, it goes all through it, and comes out down there, or there. Take it back. They come off the board at similar places. Real quick look round the back. It's all very boring. There's an in. There's a send and return for a loop, so you can add extra effects within the unit or to the unit. And you've got an out. And you've got a 9-volt DC, which is positive external, negative internal. Yeah, nice and simple. Down the end, we have one of these things that you can hook off into either your desk or the PA or something like that. Let's put that back down and get back to it. Okay, all pretty boring. Like I said, what more can you say? It's a very simple device actually, but you can double up with a lot of things. For example, you can have the Plexi on and you can turn the blonde on and the boost on, so you could really drive an amp or a PA or whatever it is you want to drive. When you first take this thing, you set all these controls 12 o'clock. You can see they're not really that far off now, and I've been using this one. I didn't like the reverb was a bit, well, not the reverb, sorry, the level for the delay was a bit high in my opinion. Don't like being rocketed off the face of the earth, so as you can see I backed that way down. The rest of it's pretty much as I was using it really. This reverb light here, when you're plugged in and you're doing all this stuff and you've got it and you're going through it, this is acting like the light will come on. If I just tap it, you'll see that that's what will happen. It will be something like that little flash when you overload it, so you can back the things off a little bit, and it's a good little guide that is actually. So let's whip down this end and have a little think about this end. Well, where it's Plexi or Cali, the Cali's like a bit like a Mesa from the early 70s really, or a Plexi tone, and you've got level tone and drive, and there's enough drive there for most things, to tell you the truth, especially if you get off into an amp, even with a clean channel. Well, you would go with a clean channel generally. You can boost it, pre or post it. You see that little button. But the drive, there's a lot of drive in it, so just bear that in mind, won't you, when you go whacking it up. On the tone, if you put this all the way up, that makes it flat. So as you bring it back, you're changing the tone, you're taking the treble away in effect. Taking things away with that. And yeah, it works nice. You can see where mine is. I did virtually nothing except plug it in and play. Move on to this blonde bit. And again, it's a drive, but it's a more laid back drive if you want. You've still got high, mid, low. You've got a drive as well, and a level. You can increase that gain by adding either this, or indeed the pre-post. So the whole section that way, well, it says on sans amp, if you notice. You might not have noticed actually. So everything that way relates to drive in one shape or another, except for the little window which should turn your tuner on or off if you hold that down. I think I talked about this earlier, but I'll just mention it now. That's a speaker simulator that comes out both this connection and that connection, unless you turn it off. That's with it on, that's with it off. When it's off, it still comes out the one at the side, but it doesn't come out the main out, we'll call it that could probably go to an amp. So, useful little button that you don't really pay much attention to, but you will if it's set the wrong way and you're going out through the PA. This pre and post boost, by the way, when it's in like that, it's 20 dB a gain. When it's out, it's 12, so it reduces the actual amount of gain out of the unit. I mean, the rest of this along here is pretty boring if you want the truth. You've got the delay, and it's got all the usual sort of stuff in it. It's got a drift button, which is a little bit unusual. It adds a random, unpredictable element to the modulation. So it's a bit like a tape echo type of thing. And then you've got this eighth thing, and this will change quarter notes to dotted eighths. You get that? Yeah. You've got level, repeat, and time. Well, pretty obvious on any delay. I like it backed off, like I said. When we've got reverb here, or we can use a tap, by the way, on this one for the delay, so you don't have to come down and mess around. But back to the reverb, we've got a size thing here that's big or small, and well, it's self-explanatory really. What else could I say? And there's the depth of the reverb. On these Fly Rig series, by the way, they've got really quite low noise levels, which is quite nice. So you're not going to get massive noise unless you crank these up. You will then, but that you get that from anything. So really well designed, nice solid metal cases. I like. It's aluminium extrusion, and yeah, the only singular negative that I don't like, I'm like that, is the power. This power, it's one of them wall wart things, you know. If you've got it in your pedal board, that doesn't really matter because you can use some other one, but you know, having these things running all over the place isn't very good, and I don't really have a pedal board, so I can't do that. So that's a quick rundown of the unit, and yeah, it's a pretty cool piece of gear, really. Yeah. Well, there it is, the little Fly Rig, Tech21 Fly Rig 5 version 2. And yeah, I like this little thing. It doesn't sound entirely the same as a tube amp. What do you want for 299 bucks, as they say? However, it's got its place in life, and if you were gigging all the time, it could come in very useful if you particularly zoom it off into the PA. There's certainly enough drive in this to give it a lot of something to play with, and you've got the reverb and the delays and that sort of stuff. Without being over the top, you get away with that, couldn't you? Well, I certainly could. And a wire, of course. Apart from that, I'd be in business, really. It's a very light unit. It's made well. It's machined well. It's probably got a very good warranty. What is the warranty? See what it says. 1 year. Proof of purchase required. Yeah, if we can get out of it, we would. No, don't say that. But it's got the FCC warnings on it and all that stuff. Something I didn't actually point out to you at the time. But it has actually got an FCC warning. It's got a CD approval. It's got the don't throw it in your bin and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah. What do I think of it? Does it have its place in life? Do I think it's worth its $299, give or take? What about the other one, you know, the off the other guy? That's quite nice as well, but we'll talk about that some other time. Well, yeah, it's got its place. Does it sound like a tube amp? No. It's another one that doesn't sound like a tube amp. Now, some people say to me, Tony, it sounds great, it's just the same as my Plexi from 1969 and all this stuff. Or whatever it is, you're trying to do with it. Yeah, what I think it's great value for money. I don't think it simulates a true amp, a true tube amp. Not the ones I've got anyway. But I do think it's definitely got its place. And for that, I'm going to give that about an 8. That's a pretty good score from me, just trust me on this. That's about an 8. Everything about it is nice. Everything. It's well made. It's put together right. It's got reasonable warranties. Don't lose the receipt. Yeah. It doesn't sound bad. You're going to get to hear that anytime soon. And apart from that, it's even got a loop. What's not to like? What is not to like? Oh, the tone. Oh, that's a subjective thing, isn't it? But things you can touch, they're not really subjective, are they? They're either good or they're bad. As far as these go, they're good. I like the case as well, don't you? You can throw it in there and you go out on your travels. Don't like the wall warts. Yeah. Yeah, 8 out of 10. It's all rock and roll. And one of the things I've been considering as I go down the route of doing these sort of things, these different simulators, I won't be able to do it with the English drive pedal because that will have gone back by then. But I might just try and make a video of all these different units, because there'll be a few, and compare them. Yeah, and compare them even against a Kemper, say, and a real tube amp, of course. See how near we can get. Yeah, that should be worth the fun, the time, the effort. Don't forget to go to www.TonyMcKenzie.com because there's a lot of reviews there. It's not these there. They might get there. Maybe, maybe not. I'm getting older. It's getting harder. So anybody who's got one of these, by the way, you want to be down there and post what you think about them, you know. What have been your experiences with it? Even if it's the older version, that's fine. It's all good. Because the more people that get to talk about them, I think the better. You know, you get a good overall real opinion then of what they're really like, as opposed to what's, you know, the sales videos are like, or the fake videos and things like that. I bought this one, by the way, and the other one. So It's an unbiased review. I just liked them, thought they were good value for the money, and here they are. They'll be used in my studio for something, I don't know what. So that's it on this one until next time, and you know, the playing's going to come up anytime presently. I don't know what I'll play, could be anything, just anything, doesn't really matter, as long as you get an idea of the tones. It's the tones you're buying, isn't it? Not really anything else, except longevity. Yeah, you see where I've had my dirty feet on this one. Okay, so there'll be more coming up. The other one will be coming up, the Richie Kotzen one, on a different video. I might even compare the two after that, or in the other one, the other video. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff coming, and it just takes me time. In fact, it's taken me a whole day to do 2 or 3 little reviews. A whole day, and then you've got to sit and compile. You know. Till next time, get out of here. Now go listen to it. Well, here I am today with Gibson Les Paul custom shop, not very common. We're using the Mezzabarba amp. Here it is. It's purely a clean channel, of course. And down on the floor here we've got the Tech21 Fly Rig 5 version 2, which is it's pretty cool. I've got a wire as well, and all I'm going to do is use the Fly Rig through an amp, just on clean, so it could be almost any amp, and see what you think. Listen to the tones. I'll use the effects that are there, and what more can I say? Yeah, here we go. So here is the reference tone. Now I'm going to put on some reverb and delay, and let's go from there. And now the delay. Now we're going to come on to the first drive, which is a blonde, it says it's a blonde amp. You'll see the settings on the screen, and with the reverb and the delay turned on. So yeah, that's the only thing, and then later I'll install the boost there, so you've got the boost in there as well. And on this one, by the way, the speaker emulator's all turned off because we're going through an amp. Okay, now with the boost.
Now I'm going to go to the Plexi mode and then use the boost, and then after that I'll flip in the Cali mode. Boost. Bear in mind this should be a Plexi. It's sort of. Okay, I've got the boost off now, and basically the Cali mode turned in, but I've got the Plexi turned on, so it's sort of Californian Plexi. Yeah, and then I'll flip the boost in afterwards, so we'll see what sounds we get. Now with the boost. Now actually you can also even hit the Bond drive as well, if you will. So we've got the Cali mode through the Plexi drive with a Bond amp, it says, and a boost. So there, this is about as far as you can drive it. So yeah, check it out.